Right, I'm level 1, like to go 2, and there we go. Right, once again we're live on 2 channels. Let's see where we go, how it works out. I am today about a minute or so early, should I say? Early. Let me get my brightness up on this one. Full brightness there. I'm good to go there. Zoom there. Right, we're good. Log in, log on. And I'm gonna try to see how the lighting looks on the YouTube. Good evening, Casey. Good evening, Timothy. Mark says hello. And Kritika, Shamini Naidu joins us, and Elaine Singh. Good evening, everybody. Log in, log on. Sign the register. Sign up. We got a power-packed Tuesday show for you. Lots to discuss. Let's see how much we can go through in that segment. I'm going to try and bring the camera a little bit more inside there. Right. And the reason is I am live on 2 platforms on my laptop. I am live on YouTube, and I'm live on Facebook with you as well. So if you log on to both stuff, got a lot of reflection on YouTube, but we'll have to work with that and see where we go from there. Keep that line, let's see what that does. Not much difference there. Take that right over there, and maybe that's a bit better. Yeah, so you guys may not see me that bright, but let's try that. Let's give it a technical right here. That's a lot of light there. Right, so let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. I like to look bright and good looking for you guys here. And haven't been reading your comments. Let me just get into it. Macy Pillay, Kasturi Governor, Keith Kalapan, Bumla Governor. Good evening, Casey. Roger Knight joining us from the UK. That's the real UK, United Kingdom. And Google says, good evening, Casey and fellow friends. Good evening. I've got my power juice today. Jungle Yum is back. Thanks to Kritika. Dino, how's it? Yeah, I didn't call Chai Kritika. I fixed it up myself. Pranosh Bemnarayan, hey, where have you been, dude? I haven't heard from you for a while. Last time you promised me on big sponsorship, then you disappeared. Alvin Casey and Membrane says, Dinesh Bando. Dinesh, are you joining me on Saturday at the Glen? We'll talk about that. In the meantime, let's just get everybody online. I just come on like a minute early today. Will allow you a bit of time to get going. You better share with Tyler. Share what? So the juice. Enjoy a jungle image. Tyler's jungle, your mother, remove your glasses and your head. Let's check you for real. I've hijacked our extremely hectic test. Oh, shame, man. Hope you're okay. Donny says, good evening, Katie and friends. Brooklyn says, green is go, right? Green is for go. Green soda. Neville Chetty is on his way out of this talk. You know what the fuck he's doing here. Neville Chetty. There's a wrong platform to Neville Chetty. Now fuck off quietly. How can you follow someone if you don't know anything about them? Why would you go do that? Just fuck off quietly. Otherwise, the power of one will come for you. Adil Ismail says, even in sir. Adil, good evening. Kritika also joining me on YouTube. Kritika is live on both platforms as well. She's a busy girl tonight. Ramin Singh says, Vanakkam. Kadir Janus, good evening. Timothy Mark says, the finger mother. Yep. The power of one is coming. The power of one will come for some people tonight. Google says, every minute is precious. Indeed. Every minute is precious. If you're a 100-meter sprinter, you'll realize that every millisecond is precious. Ashraf Nalas, good evening. Casey, good evening, Ashraf. Salam, and good evening. Right, sign the register. Yes, sir, I will be there at the Glen on Saturday. Thank you, Dinesh. It means a lot to me to be able to show some support. And if I pull out the other gig, I'll buy you a 6-pack of Black Label. Dion Dorasami says, what kind? Dion, color kind. Trevor Boy says, like a Casey. Chantal says it like it is. Love it. Yep. Kritika won't be there. Unfortunately, she's in Peter Marisburg. Says it like it is. That's who I am. Oh, everything on the repeat. So let me cut it off there. Can't wait for Saturday at the Glen, says Google. Yep, we're gonna have a good time there Saturday at the Glen. We'll talk about that just now. But good evening, everybody. Kasturi's got bad network. Shame for you there, darling. Sorry about that. I don't have the networks for the change. I got some good networks. So good evening, everybody. I'm also live on YouTube today. And by next week, I'll be live on another app, a third app. I'm just working on that as well. Good evening, everybody. Today is day number, who fucking cares, of lockdown? Who really fucking cares what day it is? It's 170, 80 somewhat, 180 days, whatever. I wish I could be at your events. Can't wait for you to be in Durban, says Timothy. Karti Murli says, good evening. Wally Smith joins us from Cape Town, Lunga Barn in Cape Town. Right, so good evening and welcome, everybody. It's the 15th of September, by the way. What time the Glen will tune the Gauteng family? Okay, let's start with that. I'm going to be at the Glen on Saturday. Okay, first of all, 9 o'clock to 9:30, quarter to 10, I will be at Maharani's in Forward, usual spot, having some Vedas there. Not having coffee anymore, Vedas and Diet Coke maybe, or some Bombay Crush. That'll be good. And then by about 11 o'clock, I will be at the Glen. 11 to 1 at the Glen, the Renault, Group 1 Renault at the Glen, trying out and putting the Renault Triber, the 5 to 7 seater Triber, through its paces there at the Glen. And speaking of the Glen, who's going to be joining me at the Glen? This guy over here, Nizam Ghani. He's going to pull in there with these one of his Porsches or Porsches, whichever you want to say, Porsche. You can say Porsche. Why can't I see the chat? I'm not sure why Julie can't see chat. What she's talking about, what chat she can't see. Good evening, guys on YouTube. I'm live on 2 platforms tonight. I go live every weekday at 8 o'clock. So make it a date. Set the timer. So the Glen, I'm going to be there for 11 to 1. Nizam, by the way, is going to be there, of Nizam's Cars. Now, Nizam Cars, as you can see via his advert, this guy. Look, if you got an extra Porsche lying around, a Cayman or a Carrera, or maybe you're dealing with the Range Rover Sport or Lexus, this 450 diesel stuff. Listen, no shit, just the big stuff, right? Or you're dealing with a Ducati motor, what is it? Panagini. I don't know all that shit, right? But this is fucking top models there. If you're looking to offload one of these vehicles, don't forget to take your tent on Saturdays, as Googling. I'm there too. Oh, Devon, well done. Oh, Devon is nearby in the south. Thank you, Devon. Doesn't like lockdown anyway. Everything is pretty much normal, says Donate. Right, so anyway, Nizam's going to be there. He's pulling in one of his fancy cars. Hopefully, I never drove a Porsche in my life, by the way. I've seen a Porsche. I haven't even sat in a Porsche. Let me be honest about that one. All my friends' Porsche I've sat in, Alex Sept. But he's coming with one of his Porsches, later models, and he buys these cars off you. So I got a photo of a Bugatti's account. Kuglin, he doesn't buy Bugattis, unfortunately, so even your photo doesn't count there. I've got a replica model, a die-cast model of a Mercedes-Benz. Signing in the logbook, Stephen Nitya from Durban. Kritika says, not much chats on YouTube. Yep. So Julie joining us on the YouTube channel. That thing is still building, so people are still finding their way or getting people to view there. Most of the chats are on Facebook at the moment. Signing in, Nazira Jiwa says, very true to donate. Nizam, make a plan in case you have to drive one of your cars. Yep. Anita Padiacha says, good evening to all. Right. So anyway, that's our sponsor for today's show. If you would like to be a sponsor, one of the sponsors, get on my team, 073-767-5836. Hi, Vanilla. 073-767-58. Hello, Marlene. We're in the Glen, KC. Corners, Kukuza, and Duduza. Nizam Ghani is here. He says, sure. Just Google listen the Glen. Corners, Kukuza, and something else. I can't get the name. But it's right opposite the Glen, under the bridge there, right opposite the Glen Shopping Center. I have a Fiat Uno, Ferrari parts, and all. You're welcome to use it. Yep, I know about the Fiat. People don't know that Fiat is owned by that Fiat owns Ferrari. Fiat owns Ferrari, by the way. Yeah, so don't laugh at Fiat. Fiat owns Ferrari. Well, last that I knew. Yeah, so where was I? Nizam is our sponsor for today's show. So if you want to offload one of those cars, I think Komaro Street. Is it Komaro Street? No. Nizam will take you in a spin in the 911 Porsche Carrera. Will tell him that I sent you. Razia Khan. No, I'm not going to him. He's coming to me. Razia Khan. He's coming to the Glen to visit us there. Oh, okay. Right. Let me say there's so many things to discuss tonight, and we babbling on there. By the way, some good news for me, and thanks to you guys as well. My Julius Malema video, my phone call to Julius Malema to Juju, today reached a milestone of 200,000 views. And that's a milestone for me, and I'm thrilled about it. My social media platform is going to another level, which is great. Devon said, "I'm going to be the Renault dealer." Yes, I'm going to be at the Renault dealer, Devon. So my Juju video, my first call to Julius Malema, has now reached 201,000 views on Facebook. And that's Facebook alone, by the way, just the views on Facebook. That doesn't take into account the views on WhatsApp, where it's being shared. WhatsApp, I don't share the link on WhatsApp. And it doesn't even take into account YouTube feed is better than Facebook, is it? Okay. And it doesn't even take into account the what you might call it, YouTube link. So 200,000 on Facebook is a milestone for me. It's my biggest one so far, and I'm excited about that one. And by the way, the 200,000 was achieved in 7 days. 7 days. Today was the 7th day. It was released last week, Tuesday. 7 days I took to receive. To put that into perspective, my Don Dala with the Masala video has been on YouTube for like 7 or 8 years, sitting at 158 or 168,000 views to get there, and this one's done it in 7 days. So firstly, I must thank Julius Malema for his input and getting me there. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the guys who shared that post. Right, also on my YouTube channel is on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel in case you're about getting a mirror image of the logo and the caps. You make it impossible for Juju to understand, Sisman. Well done, says Mervin. Thank you, Mervin. Big supporter from them days. Right, so also, guys, most of my stuff is going to be going onto YouTube. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. And guys, people always ask me when I go live, you will be able to set your phone on my page, set your phone for notifications. So I go live, like today I was live like 3 times today during the day on my journey to Randburg and back from 4 ways. If you want to get onto my live feed, just setting to all lives, not selected lives. There's a setting for all lives. So whenever I go live, you'll get a ping and say, Caro is on the move or Caro is live. Get on his page. So that's how you'll know when I'm live. Like today I was live 3 times. And speaking of that, one of the live feeds I did today was about and relating to my quest for the best snowball in Johannesburg. Well, I'm looking for the best snowball in South Africa, but I'm starting with provinces. I'm doing KZN and Gauteng. So Gauteng is my first stop, looking for the best snowball. Now, snowballs, you guys know from back in the day, I wonder why it's gone off the market in the first place. Why is it gone off? That was such a legendary cake, shall we call it. And a lot of people have tried to replicate the snowball and have failed miserably. I've yet to eat the perfect, I will settle for the 80% like the baker's one. Sadly, no one's got it. But anyway, I'm on that quest to find the best snowball, the quest for the best snowball in Johannesburg. And today was my first stop at Top Hat in Randburg. I told you about the Randburg Top Hat snowballs. Yeah. Jackie is just alluding to that. But I'm going to try almost all the restaurants that people tell me, try to go to them. I went to Top Hat and I was seriously disappointed. Jackie was the first person to go there. She gave it a very bad review. And then coincidentally, somebody else posted that it was the best snowball they've ever eaten. So I didn't know what to believe. I must go believe myself. So I went to Top Hat Randburg. And Jackie is right. Top Hat has failed today. I gave them a 2. In fact, it was a 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. I just rounded it off to 2. The next whole number. 2 out of 10. The outside, if you to describe a perfect snowball or the best snowball, it has to have the crispiness on the outside, the crumbling. It needs to crumble, and the center, the most important part in the center, it has to be hard and crumbly. It's like two cakes put together. There's a center there. Even if you break it, you can, it has to have that crumble. I don't know if you know that, that crumble. Durban, we know about the Durban story, but still, Cape Town might be better. Wear your face mask next time. Yeah. That man shouted at me for wearing face mask. I think he was rude, by the way. I'll even talk about that. I think there's a better way which he could have addressed me. Top hat in the Grove and Phoenix was tops for snowball, says Sudeshan. Yeah, well, this snowball, in my opinion, failed miserably. Look, you may buy other stuff, other cakes that taste good. I don't know about other cakes. I'm not a cake lover, shall we say. I like different type of cakes, but not that cakes. Can we take away 5 for attitude of stuff at the top hat? 0.5. Actually, Kuglan, it wasn't the staff at all. It was the owner or manager of the store. The bully sitting at the end, at the till there. Elaine says a sugary crunch in the center. Yes, it has to have that sugary crunch in the center. The outside has to crumble. When you break it, when you break it, must always break into pieces. 2 out of 10 for the snowballs. Take away 2 for the bad behavior. That gets 0. Yep. Well, I'll leave them with the 2. People might wonder what we're talking about the bad behavior. Listen, and some of you may have done this. Unwittingly, I parked right next to the shop. I just went in to buy 1 snowball. The shop was empty. I saw from the outside. But to be honest, I didn't think about it. I walked into the shop and asked for the snowball. I didn't put my mask on in that rush to get out of the shop and back. So I forgot to put my mask on. The owner, manager, he's the owner of the store. Put your mask on. The mannerism in which he addressed me. Look, I was wrong. And I'm going to admit that straight away, I was wrong. But the mannerism in which, look, I'm a customer. I walked into your shop to buy something. You can't come in without your mask. Okay, put your mask on. That way, fuck off. I'll say it now. I'll say it again. That's a fucking bad attitude to have, brother. Good evening on YouTube to Meena. Nike, how are you, Meena? Joining us on YouTube. Julie, watching us on YouTube as well. And Kritika, watching us there as well on YouTube. I just think his attitude stank. By the way, I've had this similar experience before. Very fucking, very bad, rude people. Let me just say my version. You can have your version about it. But that didn't take me away, didn't impact on me sampling the cake. I gave a proper review, what I felt about it. I didn't put the attitude into it or my feelings towards the owner. I gave a fair review as far as I'm concerned. If it was good, I would have said it was good. You'll have to take my word for that. But anyway, quest to be best, 2 out of 10 top hat gets, and should be a 1.5, by the way, but I'll leave it at a 2. I don't know if there'll be any worse ones, probably worse than that. And how do I rate those? So I gotta leave a gap for the ones that are worse than that. Always damn rude, top hat and meat boss. And then Shamini is saying the same thing. Top hat and by the way, top hat and meat boss are family. How's that for you? Top hat owner and meat boss. I think they're father-in-law and son-in-law. Mervyn asked, did he realize you're the mother? Look, I wouldn't have wanted special treatment. Nonsense, you're going for the owner. Says Karen Lenford. Good evening, Karen. I wouldn't have wanted special treatment for being the mother. That means he treats everybody differently. So that's a quest for the best snowball. By the way, tonight we have a quiz coming up for all of you. Yeah, there is a quiz coming up around about from 15-20 minutes time. We'll do a quiz. Quick quiz coming up. I see your addition to your collection on the chair. Yep, Kritika. It is, gift from Kritika there. Also, very quickly, we've got a jam-packed show. We often looked for Joburg. We often look for snowballs in Joburg because my brother-in-law loved it, never found it, so we finally took Durban snowballs at Joburg. Well, I'm going to try and find the best one in Joburg. You are what you eat, says Christopher. So I'm a snowball, maybe. Good evening, KC. What can we say? These and everything else but snowballs are crumbling. Yep. Right, very quickly, my KC Cares, my Caro Cares campaign. We are helping out a family, pensioner family, old age couple in Shallcross who have lost their home through a fire about 2 months ago. We are raising money to buy, or my Caro Cares campaign is raising money to set up the windows and doors, aluminium windows and doors in that home in Forsberg. Yep. Support people who deserve to be supported, unfortunately. So, right, my Caro Cares campaign, we are raising money. If you'd like to contribute to that number now, 073-767-5836. 073-767-5836, where we're raising funds to put up the aluminium doors and windows in that home that was gutted by a fire. So it shows an arrogant snowball, says Mervin. Banking details. Kritika, don't put the banking details, please. Rather, just get them to WhatsApp me first so I can communicate with them first. Maybe delete the banking details. Let them to WhatsApp the team first, and then we will send the banking details, track them in that sense. Some of them deposit the money, don't send the receipts, and we are hard to track them. So maybe just put up the Caro Cares WhatsApp number, and we'll take from there. So it has gone well. You can pledge tonight. Yeah, Kritika will follow you. Jason says Cape Town doesn't know what a snowball is. Cape Town's got their own version of snowball, very small, very soft and sweet. Yep, that's what the small, soft and sweet ones. It was fucking horrible. And then Dion Jarasamy was following me on my live feed. And this is me, and I must salute. We're going to have a full show. We might extend the time today. Let's see, right? Because we've got the quiz coming up as well. Today, while I was there going to Topet, I saw a fish shop. And I'm going to say Durban Seafoods, right? I'll still give them the publicity. And I know the owners of Durban Seafood. So I drove past them and I said, hey, this shop is here. I must come back and try and, while I'm alive, give them some publicity. So I went to Topet. I came back, stopped in front of Durban Seafood, jumped out with my phone live and went to the store and tried to just do a video of the store just for guys to get an idea that Durban Seafood is there and what they have. Because I'm speaking directly to the market that Durban Seafood wants. And the manager of the store says, no videos. Yeah. So I said, okay. I said, it's fine. I turned around and walked out. I said, it's fine. I was going to give you free publicity, dude. I was going to put you on Facebook and let people know about you. But obviously, you don't want the publicity. And look, he may have his other reasons, whatever. I don't know. That's his thing. But anyway, I walked out of there and didn't give him. Well, he got the publicity because I was in his store. But I couldn't understand why I didn't want. Anyway, that's for people there. So my Caro Cares campaign, start to do that there. And very quickly, I just want to say to everybody, even the white folk and even the Indian folk on this panel, very auspicious day today. Maybe the seafood wasn't fresh or nice. That's why they didn't want videos. Says Jackie Munsami. So just to let all our other people know and see that this is Heritage Month, we learn about each other. South Indian people in the Indian population this month started today, 15th of September, running up to the 15th, 16th of October, is the month of Puratasi, Puratasi, the month of Puratasi. Puratasi is meaning September in Tamil, according to sources. It's a holy month. Let me just give you an idea what Puratasi is. Puratasi is an annual festival of the South for South Indians, which occurs from mid-September to mid-October. During this period, our South Indian people like myself observe a fast. This is a time devoted to cleansing of the mind and the body whilst observing strict discipline and saying regular prayers. Puratasi, remember, like I said, devotees pay homage to Lord Vishnu, the protector, by observing this fast. So this month of Puratasi is paying homage to the Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu from the triumvirate, he is the protector. And Shiva is there as well. They pray to the Lord to seek forgiveness for all their sins. So we pray to Lord Shiva to forgive us our sins, offer thanks for life on earth and its preservation. So this is just educating everyone on the month of Puratasi. Jackie says 17th September to 17th October. So it hasn't started. It says 17th September, eh? I got it 17th September, right? Starting on the 17th of September, Charmaine Naika says. So benefits of observing Puratasi. Basically, Puratasi as a season for South Indians brings the community together, unites them during this period. And also in this time, Suvesh says, right, 17th September to 17th October this year. 15th, 16th, 17th is where it runs from. And like during this time, we'll all talk about it. We pray for Perumal Sami says, Stephen. And also during this month of Puratasi, we abstain from meat. South Indians abstain from eating meat. It's called fasting, but it's not fasting in its true sense. Fasting is abstaining from food totally, or not eating food totally for a period. Like Muslims fast during Ramadan. They don't eat from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Hindus abstain, or South Indians abstain from meat, but we call it fasting. We understand what we mean. Vegetarian diet is not only an act of self-discipline, but it is self-discipline. A lot of it is discipline in this month. But this abstinence has profound religious significance, which helps in the purification of the body, mind, and soul. Purification of the body, mind, and soul, abstaining from meat. And we all know, as much as we eat meat and it's got its vitamins, there's also toxins in the meat and the food that we have. So, sometimes, like I'm going to say to Jason Naidu, sometimes when we're talking about a serious topic, you must know when to say something. So right now we are observing, I'm talking something serious. So sometimes you got to know when to throw in a joke or say something silly. Sometimes it doesn't fit in if you know that, but you got to use your own intellect there, right? Right now, being very serious and educating people on that, and then you come with a comment that's a bit obscure, stupid, doesn't fit in here, if you don't mind me saying. So discipline, yeah. So can we know when to say stupid things, and you know in my tone of voice and what I'm talking about when I'm being serious. So, and I don't think you should make fun of Puratasi or whatever. Let's stick to what I'm saying. Let's be observant. Let's be understanding, and let's educate. I think it's a stupid comment. You may have said it out of jokes. I won't hold it against you. But whenever I talk things like that, try and keep the comments to that so we can learn. So a big part of it is discipline. It helps to discipline the mind, removes waste and toxins from the body, helps to revitalize the body. And to be honest with you, many of us who fast, especially during, and I felt it, fasting during Kavadi or during Puratasi, is really, it reinvigorates you, sort of, and keeps you in touch with the divine presence. It further helps the mind to become more alert and sharper. And I think it does that. All people who in any religion, when you have a period where you abstain or you observe something, it does something to you inside. It builds your spirituality. Also, another benefit of Puratasi is devotion to God, especially during this period, which we call Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is a destructive period, and we can see it all over the world. I mean, COVID-19 is an example of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is written in the Vedas of being a destructive period. As it says here, this period, Kali Yuga, is characteristic of excessive greed for power, extreme hatred, jealousy, anger, intolerance, which we're seeing now, have polluted our life. So Puratasi sort of makes you step back, abstain, and just take all this in and understand where we are. So for those who are non-Hindus, and 1 month of fasting brings discipline, self-control, cleansing body, mind, and soul. I think if you take away even anything of the religious aspect, the fasting, just the discipline to stay away from the alcohol, stay away from the meat, all of that. Jason Naidu, I accept your apology 100%. 100% accept your apology, dude. What kind of, Timothy, in my opinion, chips, cheese, and baked beans of fasting should be enjoyed and celebrated. Many folks become very annoyed to fast. Yep, if you're going to fast, I am a vegetarian, 43 years, Thursday, says Naveen Sukla. Look, vegetarians are on another level, but I can talk about vegetarians as well. Self-discipline of mind, body, and soul. Fasting is depriving the body, strengthening your spirituality. Goinda, Govinda, says Devin Naidu. Nizam Ghani says, happy fasting. And nobody's really taken account of this, and nobody is given any cognizance to this. South Indian people are fasting, majority of them are fasting during Heritage Day, National Bride Day. National Bride Day, when all the newspapers, magazines have got pictures of brides and meat for sale, all of that. The South Indian population is fasting. On that Sunday, National Bride Day or whatever, everybody is bride. You can get this meat everywhere. People are having a bride. But South Indian people are fasting. And not one person has made an issue of this, fussed about it, made a fucking issue, nothing. Fasting or abstinence, very true. It's scaring one peace mind. Avoid when cooking. Well, by the way, ghee, Naresh, we must investigate ghee, by the way. Ghee has come across, which I've seen some videos of being, I've never celebrated National Bride Day. Yep, I know that we haven't celebrated National Bride Day because we are fasting during that time. Danny Burma, if you don't mind me talking about something else, I'm going to talk about the tinsel. We're talking about a prayer thing, yeah, important month in the calendar for us. Raina Naika says, good evening all. This is Raina Naika from Richards Bay. So I got some people on the YouTube platform who are on there. I don't have to go lower there. See the comments. Right, so some people on the YouTube platform, I must just go and check them out. The National Bride, it doesn't bother me. And my boys, one but says Marlene Pillay. Yep, we buy soya sausages on heritage. Yep, so we do that. We just move on. We don't fucking make issues of it. We don't go fucking toy and make issues. And that, my good people, tolerance. I don't fast, however, I won't buy out of respect for my righteous, my neighbors. Very good. We buy soya burgers and sausages. And that, my dear friends, is the core essence of Hinduism, Hindus and Hinduism. This year, Puratasi will be extended due to Navaratri. Or it's been that and Navaratri together, or fall just after that. Had to make National Bride Day during the fasting, otherwise there won't be enough for the rest of us. Hi, Casey, I'm coming for your house for bride. Calvin says, how's it, guys? Right, by the way, I unfortunately won't be fasting for Puratasi as much as I would like to. I've got my own reasons that has nothing to do with spirituality or whatever. It's just that my lifestyle and whatever and what I like to eat. So let me just tell you one reason is I have a gastric problem. I have a gastric ulcer. I have a gastric ulcer problem. And my favorite vegetables you can give me every day to eat is beans, meaning broad beans, dal or dal, I like to say dal. Dal or dal, I like to say dal, cabbage, gastric situation. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is like I'm doing the gig on Saturday and all of that. And the other reason is when I go out with guys as an artist, like Saturday, the guys want to pour me a dop and do all of that. And it's difficult. If you're staying at home and working only and coming back from work, it's easier. In my lifestyle, to be able to mix up with people and do things, it almost means that, so that it's double-edged. It's not one reason or the other. It's a combination of both. So I haven't fasted for a long time in that sense. By the way, I used to fast in a family of Christians. My brother was a Christian, sister, mother, all were Christians. How's this? And this was in my 20s, by the way. Mid-20s, mid to late 20s. My entire family of Christians would be eating meat. And I, as the only Hindu in the house, would fast during Kavadi. I would fast. While they were eating mutton curry, I'd be eating green beans curry. Now that is discipline. And I so loved it to be able to discipline myself to do that. I went to work at the canteen. The guys are eating biryani, there's polony sandwiches, all of that. And I'm having cheese and all of those things there. And I didn't care. I didn't care. I handled it. I handled it very well. And I loved the challenge to come out of it at the end of the day. Right, let's leave Puratasi there. That's what I did. We've got a big show to go. We might be over time. Very quickly, I want to talk about our next topic. I want to talk about is we're down to 30 minutes. Yeah. If you have a metabolism problem, then you can't fast. Yep, so I have a problem. So it really affects me. But anyway. So, April, if you were a resource, you could have mentioned already. I'm having a problem also, but after a week, as long as you fast when you're home. Timothy, that's awesome. That's the attitude. Right. So, our next topic of discussion today, let's spend about 10 minutes on this. Let me quickly give you the background to the story here. Last week, a team of 8 delegates from the South African government, headed by Ace Magashule, jetted off to Zimbabwe to address human rights issues in that country. What's the president's name? Emerson Mangwana. Took over from Bob. Right. So now there are human rights issues in Zimbabwe. I think people are being killed, jailed, they're being stifled. In case you can fast by abstaining from swearing for 1 month, says Donnie. So human rights issues in Zimbabwe. ANC South African delegation led by Ace Magashule goes to Zim to speak to the Zim government about the human rights issues. Now, look who's going, the South African government, who can't fucking get their own fucking human rights issues here, stealing from the poorest of the poor, no water, no sanitation, stealing from people, no housing, people living in sewer, in squalor. Those are human rights issues right there. But we are going to teach them about human rights issues. This is, and who they being led by? The king of human rights, Ace Makashule. Now, Ace Makashule, now he is one of the best we got in this country. He knows about human rights. He knows about, why is this music came on now? Right, Ace Makashule is Ace Makashule heading the delegation of 8 going to Zimbabwe for human rights issues. Firstly, they went under lockdown 2. Lockdown 2 means no international travel. No international travel. So there were no jets flying out. There were no planes flying out of OR Tambo to Zimbabwe. So what did they do? They used the Defense Force jet. They used a Defense Force jet to fly to Zimbabwe. And that now from last week has caused numerous issues. Basically, the DA and other parties are making issues of it. And they obviously tried to say no. They went to do a meeting with them. The Minister of Defense was meeting with their Minister of Defense. They tried all their fucking shit fucking stories, which they did. But after pressure from the opposition parties, the ANC has now done a U-turn. And here I'm going to read from them the statement. Here is the ANC has promised to refund the government. So the ANC, the party, has promised to refund the government for the cost of its delegation hitching a ride on a South African Air Force plane to Zimbabwe. They've now done a U-turn. They're going to refund the government. How much it is? It's anything between 750,000 rand and 1 million rand. By the way, the party apologized for the unusual manner in which its delegation traveled last week. You know, they can come up with different terms: unusual, maladministration, misappropriation. These are all words for stealing and being fucking rogues. How's the statement from the ANC? 15 September, the ANC said, we profusely humble ourselves where we went wrong during lockdown and will reimburse the government. Right? Right? They profusely humble themselves. Right? Let me say this to the South African government, Ace Makashule, and all of them. How much more you want to fucking rob the poorest of the poor? And where is the EFF in this fucking matter? Where is Julius Malema and the EFF? Clicks is more fucking important. Here we have people from the ANC government stealing 1 million rand, taking state resources, taking taxpayers' money, and these are black people. So what's happening here now? Don't talk about white monopoly capitalists robbing the people when the own fucking black people, own fucking black government is robbing the fucking people there. Can Mr. Julius Malema please stand up? Floyd Shivambu, Mshalozi Balozi, okay? Where are you guys now? What is clicks? 50,000 sanitary pads you got. Can you imagine what we could do with 1 million? Can you imagine with taking Ace Makashule to task? All these guys, Tessemays, that's right. Why aren't you come to the party, Mr. Malema? Why have you been quiet about this? Further to that, 2 members of the delegation, Social Development Minister, and this is Social Development Minister, Lindiwe Zulu, and ANC official former Minister Nomvula Mokonyana, they did not subject themselves. When you travel overseas, you must be in 10 days of isolation. They didn't fucking do that. Lindiwe Zulu and Nomvula Mokonyana did not subject themselves to the 10-day isolation. These are members of our fucking government who come on fucking TV and want to tell us how to behave, what to do. Now, I want to know this, right? Ace and Mokonyana are both fucking crooks. And yep. You know, to say fucking crook, fucking liars, I mean, how much more fools do you want us to be? And here's the thing to the black people of this country, which a lot of them realize, that these people are fucking robbing them. Don't talk about the apartheid government, man. You know, sometimes I want to say, gave us hospitals. These fucking people are stealing and stealing and stealing more things. Right? When is it going to stop? I mean, you mean you didn't know the plane is not for you? You didn't know that's a South African Defence Force plane. You think Ace Makashula is a chut. You think Lindiwe Zula is a chut. You think Namvula is a chut. You think they don't know what they're doing. Right? They know what they're doing. The problem is, the bigger problem, thing, we are the cunts who can do fuck all about it. That's what we are. We are the fucking cunts who do fuck all about it. So I don't know where Juju Selo Malema is. Malema, why don't you get your people and fucking start toy-toying for this thing here and telling them you will not stop till the money is paid. Why don't you go and fucking do that at least? You see, then I'll have respect for you that you don't choose only certain fights to fight. Because right now you're showing clearly you got your head up the ANC's ass as well, because you're not tackling this corruption, you're not tackling the billions. Maybe because Joe Hand is fucking dirty when the shit again. Hello, Casey, I'm a big fan. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the YouTube. I'm not ignoring you guys. I can't read it that well. The text is very small on the YouTube. On my laptop and the phone is bigger, so I'm not concentrating on the YouTube. But I'm chatting to you guys on YouTube, and I can't read your comments though. Nazia Dawood says, hi, how are you, Nazia Dawood? Thank you so much. Juju is always a distraction. Well, there we go. And then now that brings me to the question. If these people like Ace Makashule, Namvula, Lindiwe Zulu, and the other 5 of them, whoever they were, broke lockdown regulations, if they broke lockdown regulations, can we get the Honorable Becky Kele involved here? Because Mr. Becky Kele, as Minister of Police, your police officers were quick to grab people who went to the beach, pull them, the child is screaming, pull them, put them in the van, lock them up. Women jogging on the road, you drag them, put them in the fucking van, and you lock them up because they broke lockdown regulations. So Mr. Becky Kele, so maybe screenshot, Kritika can screenshot this and ask. Let me do it, and then Kritika can put as a video. Right, ladies and gentlemen, 8 members of the South African ANC government went to Zimbabwe, led by Mr. Ace Makashule, to Zimbabwe to discuss human rights issues. Right? They used the SANDF jet without the permission, taxpayers paying for the cost of the trip. They have now decided to pay back the ANC, or the government, sorry, for using the jet. But besides all of that, paying back the money, which I don't think they'll ever fucking pay back, I would like to ask this to Mr. Becky Kele, that these people, these 8 government officials, broke the law. They broke lockdown regulations. So I'd like to ask query to Mr. Becky Kele and Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa of the government, are you going to arrest and impound these people? Because even Fikile says, arrest, impound. Put them in jail. They got cigarettes, put them in jail. They're running on the road, put them in jail. You put a lot of citizens in jail. You drag them from the families, put them in the back of police vehicles, and you put them in jail. A lot of them now have criminal records for breaking lockdown regulations. Right now, these 8 members of government have broken lockdown regulations. Level 2 lockdown regulation says they cannot go overseas on a flight, but they did that. So I'll leave it there. What are you going to do about it, Mr. Becky Kele, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa? And then we come to Mr. Julius Malema. Mr. Julius Malema, we know you have the people at heart and you fight for rights. You fought for that advert. You fought for black rights. Can you now, Mr. Julius Malema, take up the struggle of the people who are losing money to the government, stealing the people's money, PPE contracts, millions going away, and now another 750,000 rand to R1 million that's being lost to the government, the taxpayers' money being used to do this flight. Mr. Julius Malema, do you think you can take this thing on? Like tackle the government? Maybe you can go and toy there. Or I will even come and toy with you, as long as there's no violence. But it's an important cause. Can you take it up? Can you go and make issues around this? Mustn't talk, because you see cliques. You didn't talk to cliques. You gave them ultimatums, 24 hours. So, Mr. Julius, can you tell the ANC government you give them 24 hours to pay back this money? Come on, Julius, let's do it. 24 hours, tell the government, pay back the money. Otherwise, as you said in previous, there will be consequences, serious consequences. Listen, you're going to go to Rhodes University as well, Mr. Malema, and you're going to fight for the rights of that black girl who is a delinquent. She has been violent behavior, has been cited for violent behavior. She lost all her cases, right? But Here we're going to Sumaya and I is coming up with Nizam. I don't know why she's giving me a silly comment. Sumaya, I'll just block you, right? Because I'll just delete a comment because Sumaya has given me a stupid comment right in the middle of something. Then I don't know what she came here for. This is government, not Makashula. Very good questions. Lockdown, crackdown. Yep. So there we go. Lockdown regulations, and we wonder what they will say. 750,000 rand to a million rand is what the. So that's our government stealing from us, fucking from us, left, right, and center. They should have stayed in Zim, then they would have. So, and by the way, they went. So this is the net result. This is the funniest part. They went to Zim to talk to the Zim government. The Zim government told them to fuck off. The Zim government told them to fuck off. The Zim government said to them, you are not our big brother. Basically saying to them, you can't dictate to us. You're not our big brother. You understand? That's okay, Sumaya. I'm just saying, we're talking about something and you took it up to another level there. So Danny says, I can hear another Julia's phone call coming in soon. Yeah. This government got arrogance. Exactly. Human rights, Matushi. That's right. So the Zim government said to them, fuck you. You are not our big brother. So all in all, waste of fucking taxpayers' money. They could have done a Skype call, a Zoom call, and got all that sorted out. But no. They got tired of sitting here. They needed a bit of a holiday. Let's fly to Zim. Let's use up the money. Fucking cunts. Anyway, before my blood pressure goes up, got the end of the program. Quiz time coming up. So just to lighten the mood a bit, and we'll do lots of things. We got quiz time coming up. Quiz. Ravin Govind, our scorekeeper, is not here. Kritika will keep score because Tasha even is not here. Let's have a bit of fun on this Tuesday. We'll see how many questions, maybe 5 questions we can go through. Right, let me get some of my jungle yam juice. We got about 14 minutes to go. Tony again, we know about him, Brendan Hall. Right, we have a quiz. We have about 5 questions coming up. Right, here we go. Right, we got quiz coming up. Let's see who's the brain of the day. Lots of viewers online. We do lots of things. Let's see who's the brain of the day. Lots of viewers online. We do lots of things, discuss lots of things. Then we have a good time as well. Let's end on a positive note. Let's learn something. Let's even teach the government something. We got about 5-6 questions. Let's see how many we can do in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Up for grabs. Absolutely fuck all. Absolutely fuck all up for grabs. No prizes. If you want to donate a prize, okay, let's put it this way. If you win today, a Porsche 911 Carrera or a Porsche Cayman will be this prize sponsored by Nizam. A Porsche Carrera or a Porsche Cayman. You will win a test drive in one of those vehicles on Saturday at the Glen, where I will be. Right? If you're in Joburg, you win the prize. If you're in Durban, you win the prize, but you can't get it. You understand? Like you want it, but you can do fuck all. Right, let's get on to the questions. I will give the point to the answer I see first. Sometimes you might see the answer. I'm interested in that. It's the answer I see first. Now, the guys on YouTube, unfortunately, I can't even, you can answer. Kritika might even check who's answering there for me because she's on that page. Thank you, Kritika, for monitoring that page. Someone says, Seelan Nite says, away. Good evening, everyone on YouTube. Welcome. I'm live on 2 pages of Facebook and on YouTube. So I'm trying to do both, but just trying to get my YouTube up and running because that will be my future platform, YouTube. Question number one. If you have any problems with my adjudicating, we have a complaints line 0800 FUCKU. 0800 Nieuwenhuizen. Heather Nieuwenhuizen says, I love you to bits even when you are furious. You are still funny. Thank you so much, Heather, for saying that. Love you too, darling. Right, question number one. Let's be patriotic. Question number one. How many colors in the number one? Question number one. Let's be patriotic. Question number one. How many colors in the South African flag? There we go. Easy one. Easy one to start off. How many? Most of you didn't know. How many colors in the South African flag? I will afford the point to the answer I see first. How many colors in the South African flag? Let's go. How many colors in the South African flag? Jackie says 9, Angie says 5, Sundar says 11, Brian says 6, Kov says 5, Ruvesh says 6, Jackie says 7. Jackie went from 9 to 7. Mervyn says 6, Melissa says 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Dershin says 6. Sandra Mudley says 5. Michelle Pillay says 9. A lot of people said 9. Alistair Naidu says 3. Googling says 7. No Googling, guys. No Googling. Just guess. Just guess. Don't worry if you get it wrong. We'll tell you the answer, then you learn. Don't worry about Googling it and getting it right. Just guess. Nizam says 6. Vishal says 7. Peter Sebrin says 7. Roxanne Premchand says 7. Jason says 9. Volane Fritz says 6. Steven says 6. Vinod says 6. Vimla. Clive says 7. Lucy Cross says 7. Right, let's leave it there. The correct answer is 6. 70% of you got it wrong. 70% of you got it wrong. The correct answer is 6. South African flag has 6 colors on it. 6 colors. Getting it right, Brian Pillay. Brian Pillay getting it right. I see the answers coming through on the Hayden says 6. Somebody says 14. Rana Naika says 6. The correct answer is 6. Well done there to Hayden and Rana on the YouTube channel. Right, Brian Pillay, number 1, got it right here. I'm gonna try and keep score on this thing as well. Rana's got 1 there. So Kritika, please keep score on the YouTube channel for me there, please, and say who's getting it right there. Brian is on 1. Question number 2. Question number 2 has to do with the planets and the galaxy. What is the name of the galaxy that the planet Earth is found in? What is the name of our galaxy where planet Earth is found in? Planet Earth and all the planets and the sun and the moon that we know is part of which galaxy? What is the name of the galaxy? Kritika is giving Hayden 1 point on YouTube. Mercury, I'm getting an answer there. Mercury, Milky Way. Sagran says universe. Mervyn says Milky Way. Hayden is coming through on the YouTube channel there. We thought there are 7 colors in the rainbow. He said 14. Kovtia says Milky Way. Nizam Ghani says Milky Way. Raj Jagrup says Neptune. Jackie Munsami says Milky Way. The question is, what is the name of our galaxy? And there are numerous galaxies, by the way. Some unknown. We don't know galaxies. How big is the universe? I don't think we know that. Elaine Singh says Milky Way. Michelle says Milky Way. Marlene says Milky Way. Isha says Milky Way. Right, now you're copying your other answers there from each other. So let's stop it there. The name of our galaxy is, of course, the Milky Way. The Milky Way. That's the name of our galaxy. Getting it right there, the first correct answer. A lot of you right as well, but the first correct answer coming through from Googling. Munsami. Googling, Munsami, have to Google that one. Is the Milky Way. You will know that these are questions from previous quizzes we had during lockdown. I want to make it easy for you, not many difficult questions to ask you guys. My pen fell on. What happened, where's my other pen? No pens. Right. How did I lose all my pens? Oh, my girl, Charmaine was here. I took all my pens. Hold on, let me get my fucking pens. Lost it completely. Fucking get another pen here. Right, use a marker. Right. Shamin, my PO is cleaning my desk and now I don't have a pen. Oh, wait, I feel under my shoe. Right, found it. Good evening, Keith. Found the pen. Right, question number 3. Where the questions are gone now. Question number 3. Capital city of China, where the coronavirus came from. Easy question. Capital city of China. Somebody said Milky Bar on the WhatsApp, on the YouTube channel. Some Oaks put in the answer before I hear the question. Yep, Jason, that's because your internet is slow, dude. That's why you'll see that. That's what I said earlier on. You will see that happening. Rivera says Wuhan. Timothy says Beijing. Says Beijing. Brendan Hall says Beijing. Shaina says Wuhan. Kuglan says Beijing. Kev says Beijing. Capital city of China. The answer, of course, is Angie says Wuhan. Segrin says Beijing. Mervyn says Beijing. The O's are giving the answer before the question. That can't be Stephen Addy. Don't be silly. That won't happen. It's because your internet is slow. Jackie says Beijing. Wuhan. Beijing. Right, those of you said Wuhan, absolutely incorrect. The correct answer is Beijing. Beijing. Beijing is the correct answer. Timothy getting it right there first. The correct answer is Beijing. Beijing is the correct answer, the capital city of China. Right, we got a few minutes more. Let's see if we get 3 more questions in. Right, literary question coming up for those of you who know novels and books. The book Cry the Beloved Country was written by which famous author? Cry the Beloved Country was written by which famous author? Timothy got it right there. Cry the Beloved Country. The previous question, Timothy Mark got it right. Beijing. Name the author of the famous book Cry the Beloved Country. Hero is still saying, listening. Angie Polizzi saying Alan Payton. Cove says Alan Payton. Mervyn saying Alan Payton. Michael Appenar says Alan Payton. Jackie Munsami says Alan Payton. Hayden is giving us the answer. Athol Fugard. Hayden on the YouTube channel is saying Athol Fugard. Is it Athol Fugard? Or is it Alan Payton? Jeshan says Alan Payton. Rana Naika says Beijing for the answer for the capital. Joey Mohan says Alan Payton. Ahmed says Alan Payton. Jake Raman says Alan Payton. Right, there you have it, the correct answer. Hayden getting it wrong on the YouTube channel there. Rana didn't fathom a guess there. Jack Naidu says Wilbur Smith. Alan Payton. Stephen Govender. Alan Payton. Right, the correct answer is Alan Payton. Right, Timothy loses his point, and he rightfully so, as he pointed out. Well done there. The correct answer is Alan Payton. What's the fast internet, guys? Alan Payton is the correct answer. Getting it right. Sumendra getting it right. Timothy loses his point there because he rightfully said he answered first and then he changed his answer, which I didn't pick up. I don't expect someone to do that. So he said Shanghai. So Timothy loses the point there. We won't afford that point to anyone. We leave it as it is. So Timothy doesn't get that point there. Kritika. We've got Brian on 1, Kuglan on 1, Sumendra on 1. Where's the Vitos here? Where's the white people not getting any points? What's happening here? Right? Hayden 3, thanks. Where's the white people not getting any points? What's happening? When it comes to a quiz, the white people all leave the chat. Right. And next up, question on history. When are you putting on show in Cape Town? Question on history. Jason, you're doing the same thing. We're talking about something, then you're going to talk about something totally different. Can we stick to what you're doing? Check out my answer. I think I answered first, Alan Payton. Okay, don't worry about it so much. Brendan says Indian bias. Brendan Hall. Right, history. Cleopatra was said to have been married to Mark Antony and Julius Caesar. She was also said to have been married to a younger brother, Ptolemy. True or false? Is that true or false? That she was married to a younger brother, Ptolemy. So Cleopatra, history or legend has it that she was married to Mark Antony, Julius Caesar, and originally married to her brother, Ptolemy. True or false? Was she married to her brother? Sumendra says true. True. Mervyn says true. Jackie says true. Cindy says true. Ruvesh says true. Sagran says true. False on the Himal says false. Balan says true on the YouTube channel. Michael says false. I see I have choices already. True. Hayden says true. Balan Governor says true on the YouTube channel. The Himal Baga says false. He says false. Karan says false because how could Cleopatra be married to a younger brother? Guys, Cleopatra was married to Mark Antony and Julius Caesar, that we know. But legend has it that she was married to a younger brother. True or false? Hayden says true now. Right, here's the real story. Getting it right there is, was it Kuglan? Kuglan getting 2 points. Yeah, Kuglan's on 2. Kuglan got it right. Kuglan's on 2 points. The correct answer is true. Rakesh Singh says true. Donay says false. He's wrong. The correct answer is true. Cleopatra was originally married to her younger brother Ptolemy. To keep, actually, she went back and married a younger brother to rule over Egypt. That was the only way she could rule over Egypt. They had like a co-rulership. She married her brother, which was acceptable. And by the way, she married Julius Caesar while she was married to a younger brother. She married Julius Caesar. And she could do that because polygamy was acceptable in that culture and those days. So while she was married to her brother, out of necessity, she then to rule over Egypt, at least. So I think her brother was much younger than her. So by marrying her brother, she became queen of Egypt. I think that's what makes sense. She married her brother because. So by marrying her brother, she became queen of Egypt. I think that's what makes sense. She married her brother because otherwise, while she was still married to her brother. Final question for today. Kuglan is on 2 points. He's winning here. Kuglan's on 2 points. What a drek, yeah. I haven't heard that word in a while. A drek, she's a drek, yeah. I haven't heard that in a while. Final question for this evening. Kuglan's on 2. The doll Barbie. What is Barbie's real full name? What is Barbie's real full name, or Barbie's full name? After all that marriage, she made to kill herself. Yep. Well, too many dicks she had, so she had to kill herself. Full name of Barbie, the doll Barbie. What's her full name? Just Google on all the internet, says Jackie. Yep, he cornered the internet in your house for sure. What is the full name of the doll Barbie? We want the full name. Barbara, Timothy says Barbara. Correct, Melissa. What is Barbie's real full? Don't Google. You want to Google? Don't Google. What's my YouTuber saying? Balan Governor got it right on YouTube. Well done, Balan Governor on YouTube. Let me look here and see who's getting it right. I got a winner, I think. Hayden says Barbados. Stop it, Mark. Barbara. Rana Naika is giving a correct answer on YouTube as well. I can see that. Barbara is incorrect. Balan Governor got it correct on YouTube. Himal Baga says no clue. Barbara Millicent Roberts. Right, there we go. Right, let's round it up. The correct answer coming from Isha. Isha Mudli, well done, Isha Mudli. Isha Mudli getting it right. Very few getting it correct. The correct name for Barbie is Barbara Millicent something. Roberts, yeah. Barbara Millicent Roberts. Barbara Millicent Roberts. The correct answer for what is the full name for the doll Barbie is Barbara Millicent. Well done to YouTube. Well done to you guys. Well done to Isha Mudli. But our winner for today in the short quiz is Googlin the Googlin. He's won today. Give him a round of applause. Show him some love. And that brings us to the end of the program. Thank you for joining me. And it's what we do every night, 8 o'clock. We over our time by a couple of minutes. Thank you for being with us. Timothy says one more question. Nope. Time is up. Throat is now sore. Sumendra says I learned something new. We learn something new every day. Congratulations to Googlin. Congratulations to Aiden and Balan on the YouTube channel. Well done, you guys, for joining us on the YouTube live chat. You've got that on correct there. Tomorrow we play the 1 second challenge as well and do more of current affairs in the country, shall we say. Reminders, I'm going to be at Maharani's on Saturday, 9 o'clock, eating some vedas. And then 11 o'clock, I'm at Reno at the Glen. Join me there for a fun full day. Karen says that was fun. Thank you. Say good night, guys. Say good night. Say good night. Say good night. Jackie, well done to the winner of the drive in a Porsche. Yep, I said, don't just run away. Say good night to everybody. That's the right thing to do. I want to thank all you guys on the YouTube channel. First time I've gone live on both channels. Thank you guys on the YouTube channel for watching. Thanks for your contribution. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me your suggestions. Thank you, Kritika, for monitoring my YouTube. Come on, guys. Say bye. Say bye. Say good night. Show, say if you did so. Balan Governor says, Tops, good night. Keep good night, Balan Governor on YouTube. And I'm going to say, Jack. I'm going to see Dinesh. Thank you for watching, Rahina. Isha Modi, good night. Isha Modi getting a point. Queen in that Bad Boys 3 Porsche on Saturday. What a show. Top show. Good night. Good night. Thank you, Nizam, Ghani, KC, and your Benoni Market. KC, add your Benoni Market to your tour. Night. Benoni Market. For what? What tour? What you're having? Something good. Thank you, KC, for another good entertainment. Really makes an evening. Thank you, Jenny Pillay. Thank you guys on the YouTube channel. And yeah. Anita Padachi, good night. Right, that's it for me. Remember, always keep it model. My name is KC, and I'm out. And there we go. Right, and I'm done with Facebook. And let me say goodbye to my YouTube followers. Thank you guys for watching. And we're going to end the live stream now. I'm not sure how good the channel is. We've been 1 hour, 10 minutes on YouTube. I can't list that. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I must try and make this comments a bit bigger. Thank you, Rana. Thank you, Balan, Himal, Baga.